Hello beautiful people, welcome to Kitengela Rabbitry, where quality is served. My name is Mary Mpayo, a young rabbit farmer. We are located in Kitengela, along the old Namanga Road, where you will find our farm. In our farm mostly we do sell rabbit breeders, we also do rabbit meat, and we also sell the rabbit urine. Rabbit farming is becoming very popular here in Kenya as well as in Africa. This is because rabbit rearing is very easy as compared to other livestock, because rabbits do not require large space. Another thing is rabbits, they are very adaptive animals, and also they have a high productivity rate. So that is why, as compared to any other livestock, rabbit farming is becoming more popular right now because it will bring more profits to you. So as a farmer who is starting rabbit farming, I'm going to take you through all the rabbit breeds that you actually will consider when you're starting rabbit farming, and also you'll get to learn more about the different breeds that we do have here in Kitengela Rabbitry. So I'm going to show you the New Zealand white rabbit. So here's one of them that we have here at the farm. So New Zealand white rabbits, they usually are purely white in color. You can see that they have the pink ears and the pink eyes, but the whole body is usually white in color. So New Zealand white, they're the most common breeds that we do have here in Kenya, mostly because they're very adaptive animals. Also, the New Zealand white have a high meat to bone ratio, so most of the time you'll find it they are very good for meat. And also these rabbits, they have the best mothering ability. You'll find that for a New Zealand white, they can give birth to many kids, and at the end of the day, this New Zealand white will breastfeed these kids and take care of them very well without any problem. And also these rabbits, they are resistant to diseases. That is why you see in Kenya the highest populated rabbit around Kenya, it's usually the New Zealand white, because they can survive in any type of environment. So you also see that this New Zealand white, they are purely white. So you see that their skin is very important. This skin that you see here can also be used as fur to make carpets, to make sweaters, and also gloves, scarves, and sandals. So their skin is usually very good because of how white it is all around. So another breed that we have here is the California white. You can see this is the California white. The difference between the California white and the New Zealand white is you see that they have the black ears, the black nose, and the black tail, and the legs are usually black. So the California white, they're usually like all over white, like the New Zealand with the pink eyes, but the only difference is the white patches that it has with the ears, legs, and the tail and the nose. So California white, they're also good mothers. They have a good mothering ability. And also these rabbits, they have a high meat to bone ratio. So if you're looking to venture into meat, these are actually the good breeds that you have to consider. They're also very adaptive. They can survive in any climatic condition. So when you're actually really worried about the climate of the environment, you should always consider these rabbits that are very adaptive. Also, this California white, they tend to gain weight more because their structure, mostly they have a broader shoulders, and the back area, it's more meaty. So they gain a lot of weight. At maturity, they can gain up to 5 to 6 kgs when mature. So these rabbits, if you're looking at keeping rabbits for meat, these are actually the rabbits that you should consider. We also have the chinchilla rabbit. Chinchilla rabbit is usually a bit of grayish in color, black grayish in color. So these chinchilla rabbits, there are usually two types. There is the standard chinchilla and the American chinchilla. So for the standard chinchilla, it's usually a bit smaller than the American chinchilla. The American chinchilla can attain 6 kgs when mature, and actually you can attain 4 kgs at the age of 4 months. That is when you start slaughtering the rabbit. So for the chinchilla rabbits that we have here at the farm, you can see this is the American. This is an example of the American chinchilla. You see, it's very huge. You see the head is a bit bigger. See how this head is big, and its body is usually a bit larger. So in our farm, we actually deal with the American chinchilla most of the time because we don't have the standard chinchilla. The standard chinchilla are usually much more smaller than these ones. So in this farm, we have the American chinchilla. So this American chinchilla, its advantage is like they're mostly really good mothers, and they have high meat to bone ratio. These rabbits, they can attain 4 kgs at the age of 4 months. That is when you can actually go ahead and slaughter your rabbit at 4 months. So as a farmer, if you start slaughtering your rabbit at 4 months, it will be of a high advantage to you because it hasn't consumed much. So bringing to you a lot of much, or at least the minimum profit that you require when you sell this rabbit at that age. So the chinchilla, they are also good mothers, and mostly they give birth to approximately 8 to 10 kids. We also have the Flemish giant. Flemish giants, they are usually like the brownish and blackish in color. So for the Flemish giant, these rabbits, they are usually the most huge rabbits. Actually, you can see here, these are the largest rabbits that we have here at the farm. The Flemish giant can attain up to, when fully mature, this rabbit can attain up to 7-8 kgs when fully mature. This is because these rabbits, they have high bone to meat ratio. So it's mostly bony. So the bones, the bones are usually heavier. So this rabbit can attain those kgs when fully mature. And when they are still at 4 months, they can attain up to 4-5 kgs when at 4 months. So for these rabbits, the advantage is like mostly they are also adaptive. They have good mothering ability, and they can attain the required kilograms at the required age of 4 months. So this is one of the examples of the Flemish giant that we have here at our farm. So if you want to actually change your breed, if you have the local rabbit and you have to change these rabbits to become hybrid like the ones that we have here, Flemish giant is one of the rabbits that you can actually breed with your rabbits so that you can transform your breeds that you have at the farm. When you take this rabbit and breed them with a local rabbit, it will give you something like something of quality, like a quality rabbit. It's not going to be a pure breed, but it will be like a crossbreed, but it will be of a good breed with them acquiring the required weight at 4 months. We also have the Dutch rabbits. You see that these Dutch rabbits, they are usually of 2 colors. You see that they have the black part at the front, and from here behind it's also the black part, and at the middle here they have like a collar type of white fur. These Dutch are usually like a combination of 2 crossbreeded rabbits that they give you this kind of rabbit. So the Dutch rabbits, its advantage is that mostly they are very good for meat. This rabbit can attain up to 6 kgs when fully mature. You can see how big this Dutch rabbit is. So for Dutch, you can always consider them when you're looking at meat because they have high meat to bone ratio. They're also good mothers. They can actually look at their kids very well. So these rabbits, as its name suggests, Dutch, they originated from Dutch. They spreaded, and that is when they also came to Kenya. They're mostly a crossbreed of 2 breeds that made this Dutch rabbit. They actually were looking at how to invent rabbits with high meat ratio, and this is how the Dutch rabbit came to be. We have the checkered giant or the checkered rex in this farm. Mostly the checkered are white in color with a bit of spots or the dotted black or brown. So here we can see that the ones with the black spots. The checkered giant are the most popular rabbits that we do have here in Rabbitry because these are the most beautiful animals. Actually, I really love them myself. So these rabbits, they're usually very pretty, and most people do buy them as pets. and also these rabbits are good for meat. If you're looking at upgrading your rabbits, if you have the local rabbits, these are the rabbits that you should actually consider, because they have the power of upgrading, and their genes are actually more stronger, so they have the power of upgrading the local rabbit to hybrid rabbit. So you can see these checkered giants, they're mostly spotted with white or brown. The ones that you see here are spotted with black. So when you see the ones with a butterfly along the nose, the butterfly black, it's usually we consider it as a pure breed. Those are the pure breeds, and the pure breeds are actually what we have here in Angora Rabbitry. They also have high bone to meat ratio. Mostly their bone ratio is usually higher, just like the Flemish giant that I told you earlier. These rabbits, they tend to gain weight more faster than any other breed because of the bone weight. You can see also these rabbits, they tend to become huge actually. So when you're looking to have huge rabbits in your farm, this is the breed to consider. Havana rabbits, they are mostly purely black, like a black shiny in color. So we have the Havana here. These are actually the most, we can say the most huge rabbits that we have here at our farm, because this rabbit that I'm holding here right now, it's 7 kgs. See how big it is. So the Havana rabbits, they are the best mothers that we have here at our farm. It's among their characteristics being the best mothers, but also from our farm, as we look around, as we've compared the breeds that we've had, these are actually the most rabbits with the best mothering abilities. You see that in most cases, Havana, they do give birth to almost 14 kids. That's a really good number of kids for a rabbit to give birth. So the Havana also, they have high meat to bone ratio. They are all mostly meaty, and if you're looking to venture into meat farming, these are actually the best breeds to consider. They are usually purely black in color. We also have the most pretty rabbits here. This is the Angora rabbit. You see how hairy they are? They are the most hairy rabbits that are actually in Kenya. So these Angora rabbits, they're usually kept for pets in most cases. You see how beautiful it is. With this old fur, it is usually like, you see how we have the Chihuahua dog, the fur. We also consider these rabbits as pet animals. So for these rabbits, they have also good mothering abilities, and usually they are more friendly. They have high intelligence. So in most cases, you see these animals, they are really easy to train. When you need to train your rabbit, the Angora rabbit is the animal that you consider, because they have a little bit of high IQ compared to the other rabbits. So these rabbits are usually kept also for fun. In most cases, you'll find that these rabbits are shaved, and the fur here can be used to make wool. So in Kenya, we don't have somewhere that it's actually a place to make wool for rabbits, but in other countries, we've actually considered keeping Angora rabbits mostly only for its hair, so that they can make wool out of it, and also they can make the fur can also be used to make the sandals, the scarves, the gloves. You see how hairy it is. We have the earlobe rabbits here at the farm. The earlobe rabbits are usually identified by the structure of the ears. So the earlobes usually have their ears lying down from their head. So these earlobes are usually of two types. We have the American earlobe and as well as the French earlobe. These rabbits, it's not usually a breed that is called earlobe, but it's usually a feature of rabbits with lying ears that is called the earlobe. Earlobe rabbits can be of any breed. They can be New Zealand, California. You see here we have the Dutch, and it's an earlobe rabbit. So the structure of the ears lying is what is considered giving this rabbit to be called an earlobe. So one of the features of the earlobe rabbits, they usually have high bone to meat ratio. They're usually more bony, and also they also are usually very calm animals. And also another good feature about it is they are not usually affected by the ear canker. You see the ear canker that usually affects the ears of the rabbits, they are usually not affected by any disease that affects the ears. Here is one of the type of earlobe rabbits that we have here at Checkered Rabbitry. They actually do tend to become very huge because they are mostly high. They mostly do have high bone to meat ratio. In this farm, we also have some of the exotic breeds that have actually been introduced lately in Kenya. They are not usually so common. So in the next video, we'll actually be talking about these exotic breeds that we have actually introduced here in Kenya. Some of those breeds, I can mention them. They are the Palomino rabbit, the silver matiang rabbits, there is the cinnamon rabbit. Those are some of the type of rabbits that are usually not so much common. We'll talk about them in the next video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in our next video. Thank you.